So quick context. If you want to go beyond basic AI chat and actually get your hands on tools that the AI pros are really using, let's set up TypingMind together step by step. This will take about 10 minutes. Okay, so what are the essential prerequisites we're going to need? We're going to need a TypingMind license key. We're going to need an OpenAI account. And we're going to need API keys from that OpenAI account. We're also going to need Anthropic and Google Gemini API keys if we want to use multi-model in our steps. If you just like ChatGPT and you want to stick with that, you can absolutely do that. If you want to be able to pull up two models next to each other or use them sequentially in a prompt, then you'll need all three or a mix of the API keys. You don't need all three. You need the ones that you like to use. But with TypingMind, you'll have the ability to use all three. So highly suggest that over time you go ahead and get all three, drop a couple dollars in each account. You will take a while to burn the credits, which we'll demonstrate here in a little bit. Okay, so let's go over getting the API key. And the nice thing is TypingMind has made finding the place to go get the keys very easy. So we're in our account. We have not bought a license yet. We're still in the free version. What that means is that everything right now is being stored in our browser in the cache. So your data is stored locally on this device and not synced to the cloud. You'll lose all of your data and settings when your browser cache storage or cookies are cleared. So without a TypingMind cloud license and a payment of $10 a month, we will lose our information and everything we've done in TypingMind if we clear out our browser cookies or cache. So you're eventually going to want to go ahead and buy the license. The license is $99 at this point. It's early in August 2025. $99 for lifetime, gives you unlimited plugins, project folders, artifacts, multi-model chats, and free updates. We're going to become power users of this, so you're going to want the $99 plan. I'm certain of that. So to enter our API key, I've already started kind of sort of setting this account up. I did put in an API key earlier. So if you're doing the initial startup, just click here. You'll be fine. But if you have already done some other stuff, or you need to change keys, or you need to add a key, just come here to your user API keys, and you can see that I have my OpenAI key here. And in order to do that, you can do it for free, literally, don't spend any money. But the first time you try to do anything in TypingMind, it's going to say you don't have enough credits. So the minimum you can do with OpenAI at the beginning is $5. So I put $5 on an account. That gave me the ability to do a key. Over here in TypingMind, you can see they've hyperlinked where to get each of the keys. So if I want Anthropic, I just click here. I would have to sign up for an Anthropic account, which I have not done yet under this user. Google Gemini is going to be the same thing. Get key. Okay, you're going to go through all the steps to consent. I'm not going to do that right now. OpenAI, it already has my key, so I could change it, but I want to take you where. So just click here, and it's going to take you right to where you need to go in OpenAI. And you're going to just click the create a new secret key, give it a name, click create secret key. The name's optional, so I'll go ahead and click this. I'm not going to use this key. So this is a key. I could just copy it and bring it over here to TypingMind, and I could change my key. I'm not going to do that. Actually, I will do that. Save it, and there you go. Now you guys saw my key. I will change that key before this video releases so nobody can use it, because your API key is your direct link to your credit card. So if somebody goes and builds a software product on your key, distributes it widely, it could get very expensive at some point. We're going to be the ones building the software products and sending those out, and we'll talk about how to manage that cost over time. But anyway, you want to protect your keys. If you notice, there is a place in here where you can actually encrypt your keys and put a password on it. Highly suggest that. Like I said, the API keys are a direct line to your credit card. So protect these, because it's basically like giving your card to your kid. Don't do it. Put in a password, change your key. You don't need to change them often, but if anybody's seen it, then you should, like you made a YouTube video, then you're going to want to do that. Okay. So now we've put in our API key. Now I'm going to close this out for right now, just because we don't need it up and taking up space. So if I come into chat, this is where I would chat, and this could be, a lot of people on ChatGPT still are just doing browsing. Who won 2024 World Series? Okay, I tried Perplexity, and it's going to try to make me buy a license here. I'll do it later. It wants to make sure that I see this. Okay, fine. Timed out. All right, I'll do that later. Okay, so it's doing that because we have in our plugins Perplexity search turned on, and I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to uninstall that. Yes. Okay, now back to my chat, and we're going to ask that again. We'll just regenerate it. Okay, all right. So let's try it again. Who won the 2023 World Series? Who won the 1970 World Series? Finally, something you can handle. Okay, so this is where you want to use multiple models. You want to be able to use Perplexity. We will get there for sure. But anyway, you see that this is just like chatting with ChatGPT. Yeah, I can come over here and do the same thing. Who won the 1970 World Series? Baltimore Orioles. Luckily, I gave the same answer, right? So we want to go back to TypingMind, which is here. Okay. So that's basic chatting, okay? And we didn't go into an agent or anything else. We were just chatting on the screen, clicking up here. But if I want a new chat, I just come up here to new chat, and you can see my World Series. So this was just in basic chat. Now if I want to go back and start a new chat, you see that my chat is here. If I do a new chat, now I'm into a new spot. These agents up here, there's actually quite a few in here that are starter agents. And we can see them all by coming here. And you'll see that there are categories already in here. And like I said, these are starter. These are ones written by TypingMind in the various categories. And we can use them as they are now. If we want to see how to write an agent, let's go here to the YouTube content creator. And we'll just clone this one. And now, because it's cloned, notice I have access to the pencil. So I can't edit the system agent, but I can access my copy. Okay, so the way an agent is built is it gets a name, a description, it puts in a category, and let's make a new category called test. And we just click return there. So now you see we've got a category test. I'm going to take this out of the marketing category. Profile picture, you can change this to anything that's web accessible, and you can just embed it. You can rotate the avatar with the ones that they already have there, or you can just upload an image completely. These are the actual instructions for our agent, and we'll make this a little bigger where we can read it. So this is our YouTube copywriter. Write a detailed, engaging, and informative script based on the user-provided topic. Remember, the script should be delivered with humor, a natural conversational from human. Avoid mainstream AI phrases and jargon. Ensure the script fits. And then there's, how do we want it set up? Intro, body, conclusion. So that's all great. This is going to have one welcome message. Hey, I'm your YouTube content writer. Our conversation starters, that's the buttons kind of at the bottom of the agent to get going. And then we can pick the model. We have not specified a model, but we could. If we just click here, we'll get all the different model opportunities. And right now, I didn't turn any on or off, so they're just all here. You won't be able to use them all because we haven't put in an API key for the others, the Gemini and the Claudes. But I can use anything from OpenAI at this point. And once I put in the API keys for the others, then I'll be able to use them too. So I could pick a model, or if I just turn that off, it's going to go back and use the basic model that TypingMind uses. We can pick a plugin, which that's over here. We'll cover that in a minute. A training file. So if I want a file specific to this agent, I can upload it here. Or if I want a knowledge base where a bunch of agents are accessing the same data, I do that here through the knowledge base. And you can access that over here through KB. And dynamic content is where you're able to go access Google Drive, Notion, other places outside of TypingMind for data that the prompt is going to use and the agent is going to use. So I think that's all I want to cover at this point as far as agents. So I'm going to save my copy because we did make some changes. Notice now I have a test category, and this little thumbtack means it's going to show up in my chat. So if you want to be able to see the ones you use a lot, you just click that little thumbtack. So if I come back over here to agents, you'll notice that my copy has a thumbtack, the graphic designer, and the strategic market analyst. And those are all the ones you're seeing over here. Okay, prompts. So if you have prompts that you like and you want to reuse them, but you're not quite ready to build them into an agent yet, this is where you can do that. And you just add a prompt, give it a title, a description. You can use, variables in the prompt, no problem. And here's some tips on how to actually write a prompt. And then tags. So your tags we'll talk about in another video that's coming up. Okay, so that's prompts. And then plugins. This is where you can write your own plugin. You can import plugins, and this gives you the ability to use more outside resources once again, and tell prompts and agents specifically what you want to use. So if I wanted to do a visual thing, I could do DALL and have nothing else. But I can also pull in data from Slack. I can communicate back and forth with Zapier. I can connect to Google Calendar. I can make a PowerPoint. These plugins, just like a plugin store for all the other softwares we've all ever seen, just give you additional capability on top of TypingMind. So these are great. Once again, you can import plugins from other people, or you can create your own, and then actually you can start selling those too. Models, this is where you are able to find out the information on the models specifically. You'll see there's information here. The parameters are here. If you want to override some parameters and start customizing the models, you could. But you can see there's OpenAI models, Google, Gemini, and Anthropic. So no shortage of models to be able to work with. Knowledge base, like I said, this is where we can have one place to store documentation that multiple agents or prompts are able to use that documentation. That's the knowledge base. Teams is where we can have a different license through TypingMind beyond the personal license, but this is where one team, multiple people, can be working with the same prompts, same agents, same data set. If that's useful for you, then that's great. And then settings is, another place where you can put in your API keys. You can do the cloud sync backup. You will have to sign up for that and pay them. But hey, they're selling a lifetime license. You do want them to make some money over time, because that's what allows them to keep building the software, changing the software, doing the security updates that need to be done, and things like that. So more than happy to pay the $10 a month. Like I said, we're going to be power users of this software. So this is going to be part of our home base. We want them to keep going and grow as the models grow and grow as we grow. So license key will be another place. This is where you actually go buy the license if you don't have the little pop-up over here. Okay, I think we're stopping there.